What's good, guys? Agish here, representing AK Fitness. Before beginning this video, I'd like to congratulate all of my subscribers because I feel that you guys have improved your fitness level and understanding and the knowledge about fitness, right? I've been getting questions from the beginning from all of you guys. Thanks to you guys. And the level of the questions have been increased. I thought all my subscribers are beginners, but slowly I'm getting to know that all you guys have been, giving me more advanced questions. Right? It's really good. You've been shift to the intermediate levels. Right? Many guys have been asking about this calorie consumption. So for those of you guys who are watching this for the first time, right? Calories are pretty much the main fundamental on which the fitness is built on. Your diet, right? You can eat pretty much anything, and then it's all based upon calories, right? It's all based on the calories in versus calories out, and that's the main thing, right? So keep that in mind. That's how you lose weight, gain muscle, lose fat. All that shit is based on the calorie consumption. So this video is going to be two-part series, right? For this part I'm going to talk about what is calories, how to determine your calorie intake, and the next video I'll tell you the easiest way to calculate your calories using a phone, which is awesome. I found this out, and I've been getting a lot of questions from my subscribers and my friends, like, what's your calorie intake, right? My calories like so and so. What should I do about it? How to lose fat? So a lot of stuff like that. So this video we're gonna cover up all that. Stay tuned. So calorie consumption. This situation differs from individual to individual, okay? Every individual have a calorie intake. It depends on various things. Now I've been getting a lot of requests saying that what's your calorie intake, and I want to follow that same calorie intake. That doesn't apply. It depends on your body type and what is your weight, height, and stuff like that. So to get started with, right, you guys, I'll tell you how you can determine your calorie intake so that you can find out your calorie. What is your maintenance level of calorie? So with that number you can manipulate and see, and I'll tell you how you manipulate so that you can lose fat or pretty much bulk and gain muscle at the same, or you can do that at the same time, right? So let's go. Alright guys, the first thing we're gonna do is Google it, right? It's called Calorie Intake Calculator. Hit it and hit the first link, right? It's by freedieting.com. Hit it and you'll get your calculator, daily calorie intake calculator, right? So you fill up the details. It's pretty easy, no advanced shit. I did mine right here. Okay, so 17 years, I'm a male, of course. Okay, my current weight is 63 and my height is 174, and this part gets a little tricky, right? So be honest to yourself. How many times you work out in a day? Enter exact, right? Doesn't matter you're doing strength training or hypertrophy or endurance, right? Just write it how many times you train in a week, right? And I train 5 times intense, right? I do 2 hours of training, mostly supersets, drop sets, so it is intense. So and hit calculate after you have given your details, and you'll get 3 numbers. Okay, maintenance fat loss and extreme fat loss, right? I don't want you to take in consideration the last 2 numbers. Okay, those are bullshit, right? So you need to take in the first one. Just give the main concentration to the first one, right? And I'll explain what exactly to do with the number. Once you have got that magical number, your maintenance level, so that is the calorie you need in order to sustain. Okay, so this number will pretty much vary as and when you lose weight or gain weight. So if you're very specific about your diet and you're on cutting phase and you want to get that 6-pack, you do this check every month or pretty much every 2 weeks, right? It depends on how intense you train and how strict is the diet. So these numbers keep on changing, and according to these numbers you set your goals. So a lot of mistakes what I see while trying to lose fat or gain muscle while doing the calorie consumption way is, first thing, you're losing fat, right? So you imagine your calorie intake is what's mine? 2681. Okay, don't look the numbers at the below, right? It says fat loss so and so number. Don't take that as a calorie intake. I'm going to explain in a while. So 2681 is my calorie intake. So imagine that. Let's take an example. Okay, so if I want to lose weight, what I would do is something different, right? And a lot of guys, what they do is 2681 is a calorie intake and they want to lose weight fast. So what they do is see this, right? Extreme fat loss 160 1609, right? They go up to 1500 and they eat only that much. What happens is in no time you lose all the muscle, right? And you lose fat, but you lose more muscle than the fat, right? So the best way to lose the fat would be to dropping your calories in a very slow and a small amount, right? Because your body will get adapted very soon. Your body is smart as hell. Okay, it's going to get adapted really quick. So if you drop to 1500, right, from 2600, that's a huge drop. What's going to happen is within a few weeks your body will get adapted and it won't stop. You'll stop losing weight. That's how many people end up, they quit, they stop losing weight, because you hit a plateau. Your body is really smart. It really adapts really quickly. So if you drop 1500 calories from 2600 calories, what's going to happen is you have to make another drop, right? And pretty much you'll eat 1000 calories. That means you're eating nothing in the entire day. So this will not be sustainable in the long run, and therefore people quit. Now what I want you to do is, if your calorie, you do the measurements, right, and when you get the result, if your calorie is 2600, what I suggest you do is drop it by 200%, not 200%, by 200 calories. So now suppose you're shooting for a fat loss, right, and you drop it to 2400. Keep in mind that losing fat takes a real lot of time, right, and building muscle takes even more time. So if you want to lose fat and keep the muscle, right, please, right, follow this method, and this is one of the best methods, right? So 2600 calories, drop it down to 2400. Within 2 to 3 weeks you will lose some fat, but at the same time your body will get adapted, right? So after a particular time, about 3 to 4 weeks, your body will stop losing weight. That time what you do is you drop the calories again by 2200 or 2000, right? So once you're in 2000 calories, right, another month or 3 weeks, right, you will lose again a lot of fat, however you train and how strict your diet is. After that, right, again your body will hit a plateau, so you stop losing weight. So what do? You drop the calories further. By the time you do all these 3 to 4 drops, right, you will already hit your goal. That is what you want to lose, some 5 kgs of fat, right, 6 kgs of fat, 7 kgs, right? So it depends on you guys how strict is your diet and how well you train, how intensely you train, whether you're doing cardio in the morning, whether you're doing cardio in a fasted state, whether you're training intensively with supersets, drop sets, stuff like that, and how strict is your diet. So keep in mind that fat loss takes a really long time, and a lot of teenagers, right, they do this crash course shit. I did the same thing when I had a competition coming up, right? I knew I was doing this wrong, but the time was very limited, so I had no other option. I know it felt like shit, and don't manipulate the macros, right? Macros are very advanced, so you don't have to touch that, right? Just concentrate on calories in versus calories out. So that's the best way to pretty much lose and gain weight, right? Do not interfere with the macros. The macros are proteins, carbs, and fats. The people manipulate that and they go low carb, low fat. Those are bullshit. I've tried low carb dieting before and it sucks. Pretty much your hormones will start jumping here and there. You get mood swings, stuff like that. So keep your macros, just however you eat, you just eat like that. Just make sure that you are in a calorie deficit, meaning you are, like I said, you are doing 2600 as a maintenance and you go 2400. If you're on caloric surplus, your 2600 as a maintenance calories and you go 2800. That is your calorie surplus. So in order to lose weight, you drop the calories slowly and a steady manner, right? You keep always a calorie deficit. Similarly, for gaining weight, in order to gain muscle, right, you up your calories slowly. What happens? People do this so-called bulking phase, and they do this dirty bulking. I think the dirty bulking is pretty much stopped right now. And a lot of people, what they do is 2600 is a calorie, they increase it to 3500, right, thinking that the more they eat, the more muscle they get. That's bullshit. They just gain a lot of fat and it looks like they're gaining muscle, but it's ultimately fat coming in. So after you gain all the fat and you start losing it with all the hard work, then once you lost all the fat, right, you look the same like you first started. That means you didn't gain any muscle, right? Building muscle takes a really lot of time. People don't realize this, right? After you finish your beginner, about 6 to 1 year of training, right, after that your body is going to really adapt to it and it's going to be really hard to build muscle, right? You can pray to God that you build 5 kgs of muscle in 1 year. And in 1 year you can just build 5 kgs. That too, you can just pray if you can get 5 kgs of muscle. Hope it helped you out, and from now on you track your calories, right, and get results faster. See you guys next time.